live. Make sure you do that. And if you're returning, say hello. Come walk with me wherever you are in the world. So busy Tuesday today, busy. And got to fit the walk in. And I've been talking about this coming back from my trip from Vegas and banging out some stuff. I'm working on my balloon convention that I produce in November. A lot of work, lots of emails, and lots of other things I'm catching up on. And it's been great. This morning I had to go get my oil change done. Realized it on my car. I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't done that yet. And I got a new car last year. They say 10,000 miles, but I did 5,000 something. So I'll make sure I did that. Took 2 hours. Go figure. Always at the dealership, right? While I was there, I was doing some things and reminiscing on some stuff. And obviously, this is my birthday week. I talked about that. So I've been cheating a little bit, but I'm really gonna get strict back on my keto right after, for sure. But I'm not cheating too bad, right? Just a little bit. But with that said, it's all about fitting it in and doing the best you can do when you're busy. It feels like the summer, for some reason, like we're all getting ready for fall. It just feels like I'm just slamming so many things in on my list I gotta do that I feel like I can't get caught up. I was telling my cousin that on the phone last night, and she's like, yeah, I can't get caught up either. It's never ending. But one thing I can tell you is having a busy day, and like I keep saying, fit your walk in, just fit it in, because if you don't take your health seriously, you could be in trouble. I know I keep talking about the same thing over and over again to some degree, but it's really true. And I'm hoping that I inspire more people to walk and to come walk with me wherever you are and fit it in yourself, no matter what's going on. Just make it happen. And again, I go at all different times. Today, another humid day, busy day. So I could have went walking at like lunchtime, but no, I came home, I ate, and I came home, got into my work, and poof, the day was gone again. Go figure, right? So we need to really be strict with ourselves on certain things, right? You're not looking for perfection, but you're looking for consistency. And walking and getting out of the house, whether you are an office worker, an entertainer like myself, or you're on your feet all the time, whatever, you still got to keep it moving. So it's always important to do that. And, if you're consistent with it, it just makes a big difference and just fitting it in. So I'm here on the back of this police here. I don't know what's going on. So hopefully nothing bad. But anyway, you never know when you're going live what's going to happen, right? So it is what it is. So hopefully there's no trouble here. I live in a nice town, but still, anything can happen anywhere, right? And that's life. Things happen, we don't expect it, right? And sometimes, it's hard to fit things in, but you just do it anyway. So hopefully there's nothing crazy going on. We'll see what happens. But I'll be careful walking that way, for sure. And, I made a video today for my balloon work. I was chatting about going to Vegas, and I took another tour at the Ronald McDonald House. And they showed me this wall of children and who lived there and what they went through. And there was a couple that had passed away in serious situations. I was like, wow, and what they do. And we all have health things. We all know, one day it's gonna be our time, right? And I almost died, so I can speak from experience of taking Advil, vomiting blood, going through me in 2 different ways. They didn't know if I had cancer or an ulcer. Thank God I didn't have any of that, but I got a Nexium for 10 years, and that screwed me up. And with bone loss and stuff, and off all that, thank God. And now I'm on this high-impact ginger, turmeric, and muscadine to save my life, and gone to this natural healing that I'm working on. Again, not a doctor making claims, but I work with them, and just trying to be accountable to my wellness quest, and hoping that somebody on here each day says, yeah, that's me too, and shares their stories with me and everybody else on here. A couple days ago, I had a ER nurse and a medical assistant chatting in the chat about stuff. It was really cool. and we're all sharing things and supporting each other. Anyway, when you go back to, I had a mentor once. Let me say this. He said, whatever you're going through in life, if you listen to somebody else's story, you're like, wow, health-wise, mental-wise, whatever it is, and you take yours back immediately. You're like, wow, mine's not so bad, right? I did have a very close to death life experience. That's why I'm so adamant about walking. That's why I'm so adamant about taking my health seriously, because your health is your wealth. And if you don't have your health, you're not around, right? But my mentor that talked about that, it really puts things in perspective, because it's true. If you have the "oh is me" syndrome, right, it's always gonna be "oh is me." I have a friend who lost his mom. Like, I lost my mom very close. I understand. He's always like, you don't know what I'm going through. I'm like, oh, I don't? And I do, because I went through it too. And I was very close to my mom. It'll be the 3-year anniversary coming up. And, some people it's all about them, okay? It's all about them, and they're not thinking about anything else. But I say, listen to other people to a degree, right? Because it's good to know what else they're going through. It's good to know that, as long as it doesn't make you crazy, right? But a lot of times you are thinking, or you're having situations that are bad, okay, but then you hear somebody else's, you're like, wow. So like going to the Ronald McDonald House, hearing these kids' stories, I was like, wow, holy crap. I can't believe these stories they share with me. And they, like, my story was like a life-shattering story where I almost died, right? But these stories are kids. And of course, yes, I was there. I'm a balloon artist, and I made Ronald McDonald. I actually posted a TikTok video today of my trip last week to Vegas. I took the collage of photos. I had worked with them before, the Ronald McDonald House there, and with my convention. So I put that video up, TikTok, Instagram, under MrBalloonWizard. You can check it out. And my YouTube. YouTube had over 1,000 something hits on it. It was great. But it was... the balloons came out good. I must admit, I was happy about Ronald McDonald and stuff. It was a fun visit. But what I liked about it was the woman, Eileen, that gave me a tour. She really was passionate about what she did, and she really cared, and you can tell. And she really shared the stories of how these kids and families need this help. And doing what I do, I get bombarded with people. You can donate to this, donate to that. And it's like some stupid stuff. It's like, listen, I keep donating to you. I'm a charity myself, right? Because we're artists and we work on the weekends a lot of times. But I still want to do good things. So I pick and choose the ones I want to deal with. And I always feel with kids, it's a great thing to do, because they haven't lived their whole life. And when they have tragical things, it's like, wow. And you're thinking what the parents are going through, right? It's like, wow. And then I have a friend, walks with me, went to high school with her, and she is a friend that I'd heard about, but I never met this other friend who ends up not going to the high school. And I guess she had a son who was 16 that ordered something online for muscle building, and he just passed away, 16. So she was sharing with me, how strong she was and how much faith they have as a family and stuff like that. And it just kind of like hit you when you hear that. You're like, wow, a 16-year-old passing away. But when I went to Ronald McDonald House, like I said, it really moved me. And Eileen took her time to share with me these stories, and it got me out of my own space and my own stuff, right? Which I try to be a positive person all the time. We all have stuff, and every day is a struggle. Like, every day is a struggle to make time for yourself, right? And take your health seriously. But I think it's good to do stuff like that, not just for a volunteer purpose, which again is great, but for an awareness purpose, right? So, like I said, I had a mentor that always said, you think you have problems or health issues, listen to other people's. You're like, wow. So everything happens for a reason. And the reason why I'm saying that again is because I posted a video today. So all those moments came back from the photos. It's like a collage photo, how TikTok does it with the music and all that. And it comes together. It's kind of neat. So I was really happy about that. And just the feeling that I had, I made, the kids weren't there, but I made them all a bunch of balloons for them to have. And the woman thanked me in an email. And I'm looking forward to seeing what evolves with this. I'm also, contacted the Boston, which I've done before, in Rhode Island, Ronald John houses and some other things. I'm going to see what I'm going to do with them. And I like to work with them because I think those are the right fits for me. And it also keeps things in perspective, right? And why we have to take care of ourselves, why, physically, mentally, all that, and what you eat and all those things. And, if I can be accountable to myself and I can share some kind of story in a positive way with somebody else, whether it's nutrition, whether it's motivation, whether it's support, being accountable, understanding how our food's so screwed up, and sharing. I'm not a doctor making claims, just telling you what I know from the Industrial Revolution, feeding the cows grains. Not supposed to do that. Supposed to eat hay or grass-fed, and the GMO screwing us all up, right? And why everybody has all these health issues and taking medicines. Sometimes you have to with the side effects, right? Is there poisons, like what happened to me, Nexium for 10 years. A lot had bone loss. Crazy stuff. So we all have things to keep in perspective, and we all have things to, I think the term is, the more you walk, the more you see, right? And keeping it moving. So come walk with me wherever you're in the world and get it together for yourself, no matter how busy you are, and get the right perspective. And I'm looking everything up on ChatGPT, although everything's not always correct. You gotta triple check things, but different things. Like I was chatting about Lucy asking me about castor oil yesterday, and I do use it. Actually, I used it last night after talking to her, but I use the muscadine seed oil on my feet and on my body because it's penetrating into your body that way too. And there's different reasons to do different things, right? So whatever you put on your body, you put in your mouth, goes in your body either way. And just like whatever you think, you become, right? If you have those negative thoughts, right, you're going to attract negative thoughts. If you are around negative people, you're going to think negatively, right? Because it kind of messes you up. But then there's reality checks, like I said, about having your pity party about your health or whatever it is. Well, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to get moving? Are you going to start walking? You can do that. It doesn't cost you anything. It's some time. So fit it in. And that's what I'm talking about. So I'm getting ready for the fall. As I keep saying, summer, it's going to be ending soon. Almost the end of July. Every time I come in this time, my birthday's Thursday, so July 30th. So I always get this feeling of fall's coming. But, last year, it didn't feel like it was. But September and October was so warm. And I got this convention. We're going to have a balloon wedding. And, my weight's fluctuated and stuff. I'm not looking for perfection. But I would like to get a little more fit for that because I believe I'm going to be the minister, although it's not a real wedding. It's a renewal of the vows. So we're all getting ready to gear up for, to fit everything in, no matter how busy you are. So you're busy on this Tuesday. Tuesday's always busy. Monday and Fridays are like crazy, right? But if you work for yourself or work for somebody else, it seems like Tuesday is one of those busy days. But lately, I've been putting so much stuff into my schedule before I go to bed. It's like, wait a minute, all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock, And I was like, what happened, right? So true. But take the time to take care of yourself. Take the time to get out of your head. Take the time to make the walking happen. Take the time to reflect on whatever wellness quest you're working on, somebody else is working on it too or worse, right? In terms of what they're going through. If you had a almost death near experience like I did, right? Think about it. But if you did, I want to know. Let me know. If you can relate to this, I want to know, right? And let's talk about it. Quiet tonight. I know people are watching as I see it, but let me know where you're from and message me. This is for adults only 18 and above, so keep that in mind. But the more the merrier on here. And I hope that, like I said, the walking keeps you motivated. I try to go walking every day. I go live every day. In the winter, I was going to, but it was so bad I couldn't get to the mall even. I was hoping to do that. But sometimes there's things that get in your way, right? Sometimes there's situations with these kids that I heard their stories that it was horrible, some of the stories. And you're like, wow. And they had to do what they had to do. And these situations are tragic. And these situations are mind-blowing. But it's true. But what I learned is you can control two things in life: your thoughts and your actions, right? So you can control your thoughts by being around positive people, walking. So I say, come walk with me wherever you are in the world, okay? You can control your actions by making sure you walk and fitting it in, right? No matter what. So even though things are not perfect, like I said, I'm cheating a little bit this week with my birthday. I have birthday cake, I'm sure, right? And it's not going to be keto. Sometimes I feel it afterwards, but then I'll get it out of my system, okay? But I'm still walking, and I'm still taking my high-impact ginger, turmeric, and muscadine. I'm still drinking my water. I'm still sleeping well. I'm still clearing my mind and defragging myself from the toxic world, right? I don't listen to the news. Try not to. I'm trying to get this ball right here. Oh, you got it? They're playing soccer over here. So, and you got to protect yourself. Hello there. Where are you from? Hello. Miss Zoos? Miss Zoo. I can't say that name, but welcome. Let me know where you're from. This is for 18 and above, adults only. So, I read this before too. The way you are is why you are where you are, right? And you're like, no, wait a minute. It's not true. It is true. The way you are, and I say that you, mean me too, is why you are where you are. So the good news is, with controlling those two things, your actions, your attitude, you can program yourself to do the walks. You can program yourself to do different things, and you just make it happen no matter what. And even though sometimes life gets in the way, there are things that happen that you can't control that are not necessarily pleasant. Like my mom passed away. Horrible. She's my best friend. Most horrible thing I ever went through. But then I have other friends, same thing. And I went through my stuff. But some people just go on and on and on and on and on. And they have to. And I was in a bad place too. I totally get that. My 3-year anniversary is coming. But some people are like, you don't know what I'm going through. I'm like, I do know what you're going through. I went through craziness. It was the worst thing I ever had in my life. But I have to think of the good things. And I have to think of some positive things. And there's moments that you crack. You know what I'm saying? There's moments you say, like, wow, what happened, right? But then you look at the perspective of other things, and you realize things are not always so bad, right? Hello there, Olivia. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So my point is, I really encourage you to walk, no matter what. That's something you can do. If you're working on your wellness, something you can do. And, I was walking in Vegas last week. Here I am back in Boston. I walk in different places. Like I said, in the winter, my intentions were to walk, but the winter was so bad. There was so much snow here. I couldn't, right? In the mall, I was trying to get there. Couldn't. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen this winter. Hopefully we don't have a bad winter. But that was totally out of my control. However, I may get a step thing or whatever. I'm trying to clear out the house. So I think I want to move. So I'm done with the winter here, so that's another process. But you're not looking for perfect. You're looking for intention, okay? And that's the point. And you're looking for awareness. And you're looking to make those decisions because you can. Just like anything in life, you can do whatever you think you can do. If you program yourself to and you work towards it and don't listen to anybody else, they all want to put their crap on you. That's like sicknesses too, right? So it is what it is. What do you got going on here? Let's see. Santana, you are not costume. That's funny. No, this is not AI, but thanks for the entertainment. I love some of the people on some of the things they say, or maybe I misunderstood you. I don't know, but you're great for my station, so thank you. And sometimes they say silly, crazy things. I'm just laugh. So it is what it is. You're not throwing me off on any costume. Although I am an entertainer, but that's separate. That's under MrBalloonWizard. You can check that out since you're engaged, which is great. And the more the merrier on that. So, who's ready to come walk with me? Who's ready to get ready for the fall? Like back to school, back to reality, back to your goals. Who's ready to make the decision that, you know, you can take your health wellness quest to another level. You can take it seriously because your health is your wealth. You can make money, you can come and go. You can do whatever. But if you're not healthy, it doesn't matter. You know, you want to live longer, or, you know, you want to be stressed out. You want to, you know, you want to argue with people. Good luck. You know, I'm not doing that. Friends that it's like they get so emotional about stuff and you can't control things except for yourself. And it's like some people can give themselves a heart attack. You know, you got to calm down and rest and think things through. So it's key. And if you take the time to walk, I think you can definitely get your thoughts right and get the things you need, sleep better and all that. So many good things. So take my challenge and do it. Just do it. But you got to protect yourself. And like I said, fit things in. And, you know, you are where you are because that's where you want to be. Period. So you say, that's not true. It is true. So, and sometimes there's little situations that you can't control with that. But when I was in the dark place, I did lose my mom. I was in a dark place. I won't lie. But I also knew there was a little bit of a tunnel at the end. I did lose some faith a little bit at that time. I won't lie. So that's a tragical thing. Some people just don't understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel, right? And you have to listen to other people's situations to a degree, right? Just to know what you have going on and to recognize sometimes if they're too toxic as well. Some people are. And that's when you have to protect yourself. But anyway, that's the story. And I'm excited about things. And I'm excited about walking. I'm excited about the wellness journey that we're chatting with everybody about. Quest. I'm excited about the fall coming. And I'm just, I'm happy to be alive. How about you? That's the question I have for you. How about you? So if this is speaking to you, you're listening for a reason, hit like, subscribe, the notification bell. And love you guys to send me a message. It really helps me. Thank you guys all for chatting today from all over. And I will message people back. And I will be in touch, I promise. And come walk with me wherever you are in the world. Let's do it. If you start a YouTube station, let me know. I want to subscribe and support you too. And let's make this happen. And in the fall, I'll have a wellness quest. It's complimentary. You can send me an email, whatever you're going to work on, whether it's weight loss, recipes, keto, workouts. We have a whole community. It's all complimentary. We all support each other, are accountable. It helps everybody. And I'm not a doctor at making claims, but I work with some naturopaths. They created a natural health survey that goes through hard tissue, soft tissue, sugar, and digestion. It speaks to you. I'd be happy to do one for anybody, complimentary. It just really wakes you up about stuff. You are what you eat from your head to your feet. They used to say in Saturday cartoons. And whatever is going on in the inside is what's going on the outside. That's how you read it. And it's really interesting. So start listening and paying attention to your body. Start making the intentions of taking care of your wellness quest, and make it happen no matter how busy your Tuesday is. Fit it in, or each day, and come walk me wherever you're on the world. You guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I'm looking forward to getting to know you guys and all the other folks coming back here. Thanks so much.